Hello everyone, my name is Ilya Basenfar, and this is my presentation with Shannon Talio on sea level rise due to ice melting and thermal expansion. Why sea level rise matters. Sea levels have risen by more than 8 inches since 1880, with this rate of increase accelerating in recent times due to melting ice caps and thermal expansion. By the year 2100, projections indicate potentially a rise of 1 to 8 feet, depending on the effectiveness of global action to mitigate climate change. This phenomenon poses a threat to coastal ecosystems where habitats like mangroves and coral reefs face submersion, leading to loss of biodiversity. Human population are increasingly at risk, with millions living in low-lying coastal areas and are vulnerable to floods, displacement, and storm surge. Here you can see a little graph of sea level rise and population impact projections by 2100 in feet, and today's population is living below the projected high tide line right now. What causes sea levels to rise? Ice melting, glaciers, and ice sheets in Greenland and Antarctica are melting due to rising global temperatures. Antarctica alone lost approximately 2,720 billion metric tons of ice from 1992 to 2017. Another reason is thermal expansion. Thermal expansion is when ocean water absorbs heat and the water expands, causing sea levels to rise. Since 1990s, thermal expansion has accounted for nearly 50% of absorbed sea level rise. Here you can see a global average of sea level change from 1880. Effects on the environment. Coastal ecosystems are at risk. Coastal ecosystems are major, like mangroves and salt marshes are being flooded or washed away because of rising sea levels. This destroys habitats for many species and makes it harder for these areas to protect against storms and filtered water. Coral reefs are very sensitive to change in water levels and temperatures. Warmer ocean and rising sea levels causes coral bleaching, which kills the reefs and reduces the number of animals and plants living there. Rising salinity in estuaries. Estuaries are where freshwater and saltwater meets, and these are being affected because the saltwater is moving further inland, and this makes freshwater harder to find and harms marine animals that can't live in salty water. Here you can see a visual presentation of what the Florida coast would look like if we don't stop this. The economic consequences. Rising sea levels causes a big economic problem. Flooding damages, like to roads, buildings, and other important infrastructures, lead to high repair costs for the government and individuals. It also disrupts businesses and industries, making it harder for people to work and live. An example is Miami spends over $400 million every year on pumps and seawalls dealing with the rising waters. Another impact is social impacts, like the displacement of coastal communities, loss of cultural landmarks, health risks, and so on. Sea levels are forcing people in coastal areas to leave their homes, creating climate refugees. These people have to move to new places because their towns are flooded or washed away. Health risks are also a big issue. Flooding leaves behind stagnant water, which can spread disease like cholera and malaria.
Thank you, Ilya. So the important question is, what can we do to prevent this? You can make small changes at home, like using solar panels or other clean energy instead of fossil fuels. You can also walk, bike, carpool, or take the bus to cut down on pollution. You can protect coastal areas, and you can support groups that plant trees, restore mangroves, or rebuild coastal areas. These projects help protect land from rising water. You can also talk to others and work together. You can share why it's important to take care of the planet, and push for rules that limit pollution like the Paris Agreement. The time to act is now. Sea level rise is not just an environmental issue, it's a humanitarian crisis affecting millions of lives around the world. Coastal communities are losing their homes, ecosystems are being destroyed, and vital resources like clean water are at risk. Individual and collective actions today can reduce future damage. Every small step, like conserving energy or supporting climate-friendly projects, can help make a difference in slowing the effects of rising seas. Together, we can protect our coastal ecosystems, preserve human settlements, and ensure a safer and healthier planet for future generations. This is our chance to act, to inspire others, and to create real change for the future.